We are ever nearing the end of the Season 6 Championship, and we're in round 10 out of 12, and that brings us to Imola, here in Italy, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, and we now have 3 rounds to go to after this one. Whoa! Why was it doing that? I don't know. Right. There is a championship still up for grabs, as sea people must some. I cannot speak today. Don't know what's going on. So I apologise if that continues. But as people may have seen on our socials, Haas have completed their mission in the Drivers' Championship, Constructors' Championship. They have won. The Constructors, no one can beat them with 3 rounds left, which means they have taken a pretty big lead in the Constructors. And EX3, though, still leading the Drivers. However, not yet won it. If Lucas fails to score, I believe, something that isn't a win, I believe it will go to EX3, even though he's not racing today. Ward, though, he is in a McLaren, the reserve driver. Going around now through Toza, turn number 7. What can Ward give us? The first driver on a lap. So he will give us a benchmark time, and it being Ward's, I'm sure it will be quite a realistic benchmark time that we can compare to the rest of the field. Coming into Sector 2, his Sector 1 time was beaten, and I believe it must have been by Varun. Happy Man has retired from the session. He has crashed on the exit of Turn 3, in between Turn 3 and 4. I don't know how he's done that. That is an interesting one. We will continue to follow Wards, though. Varun, I believe, has beaten Wards in the second sector as well, so this may be not the best lap for Ward so far. It is a 15.9 for the McLaren. That puts him to the top. Varuno, he looks like he's had a pretty good lap, and it is purple sector 1 and 2 over Wards. Is his final sector good enough? No, lost a lot of time in the final sector. It is a 16.1, 2/10 behind Wards. That final sector wasn't what he hoped it would be. Leon, he's invalidated his lap time. The next to cross the line, even though he is on his out lap, is Xavier, who is definitely warming up his tyres, to say the least, there. Going into the chicane. We have not seen him on the grid since round number 1 in Bahrain. I want to say it's Bahrain, but I don't want to say it's Bahrain, because I'm the type of person to go, we can't have Bahrain as round 1, because it was round 1 in real life. I don't know. I'll have to check that. Xavier, though, starts his flying lap. No, I think it was Spain. No, Spain was the pre-season. I don't know what round 1 was. I'm going to have to check that, because otherwise it will annoy me. But Xavier through turn 3 now. And 4, I keep forgetting that turn 1 is pretty much on the straight through the chicane, using a lot of inside curb on in 5. And he is clear by a good margin through Sector 1. Now Xavier hasn't raced too often this season, as I said, just the first round. Oh, was it Silverstone? I think it was Silverstone. He showed good pace in Spain and Saudi Arabia, the 2 pre-season tests. Can he give us that same pace from the 3 races we've seen this season, 2 unofficial, 1 official, and compete at the front again? He finished P2 in round 1. Can he put his Mercedes to the top of the grid and compete for another podium? If not a race win, that's what his aims will be. When and if he's on the grid, he is quick. In F1 2022, He was very quick. F123, not so much, but F124, it's come back to him now. And it's a 14.6. That's how quick he is. 1.3 seconds clear. That is a big margin. Huge. That is a great lap from Xavier in the Mercedes to put his Mercedes car in that position. Bruno's still out there. I think he just keeps going. I think. Happy Man has retired. He crashed. Lucas will not be racing in this qualifying 1 session, or at least setting a lap time. He has a qualifying ban to serve. And with the race that EX3 isn't in, I don't think he'll be too fussed. But knowing we've got Xavier on this grid, who is very quick, and he looks very quick around this similar circuit. We still have Wards, Happy Man, who are still very competitive at the front. Even Leon now as well. Leon is really giving it a go this season, especially towards the latter end. He really is, already has picked up the pace. Lucas has eventually retired from the qualifying session. The best he will qualify is P4. Has a qualifying ban, but okay, that's interesting, Leon. What is he doing? Lucas, as I was saying, has a qualifying ban. Varun goes up into P2, 1.3 seconds down on Xavier. Fast towards, though. Don't know what Leon's doing. Yeah. Odd behaviour going into Aqua Minerale. I don't understand why you'd name a corner mineral water. Okay, well that's a penalty point. What is he doing? Happy Man's left. Leon's coming into the pit. Happy Man did have connection issues. Leon's gone. He's retired. Don't know if that's an intentional leave. Maybe it is. Four cars left in the session. I'm just going to have a quick look at what's going on. There's McLaren back out. It's Wards looking to improve his lap time. He almost has to. He says Imola not his best track, but he's still quick. He's still a quick driver. And Lucas with a qualifying ban now. We know Leon has joined back. No, Lucas will now finish P5 at the lowest he can go. Obviously, he's still in P4 because Cal hasn't had a lap. At the moment, with a qualifying ban, Lucas is starting 4th. Not something you see every day. Qualifying ban normally sends you to the back of the grid. But in this unusual case, it has not. And to confirm what I was saying about the drivers' standings, EX3 has 206 points. Lucas has 134. So if Lucas doesn't take 25 points today, the championship will go to EX3. And he's not even racing Wouldn't that be nice? EX3 on holiday, apparently. Lucas has asked if I want him to drop to last at the start, but we don't need him to. Ward says invalidated. Xavier, let's look at his lap. It's going to be quick, even if it isn't an improvement for him. It's not an improvement through sector 1. Through Piratella down to Aqua Minerale. Turn 11 and turn 12. Going now into the chicane. Purple sector 2, he is up. And if he's up by that much, that's crazy. So we haven't got our most competitive grid racing today. But Xavier crossing the line. 14.5 is a small improvement for the Mercedes driver. Doesn't improve position, of course, because he is still P1 and was P1 before. Got Varun now. He is on a lap time. What can he do? Through. Whoa! Goes off. So was that touching the grass on the inside, maybe? I think it was. We, for all I know, see Cal on the track. First time he's coming to complete a lap. Watts, I believe, has spun and is disqualified for going the wrong way. So that is Wards starting at the back of the grid. Wow. So as it stands, Lucas with a qualifying ban will start P3. I've never thought I would say that. He's obviously spun as Wards tried to get back on track. Obviously not worked out. Cal, purple through the second sector, apparently. Oh, looking speedy for that chicane. I was going to say, I don't know whether I believe that or not. But going through the chicane, if Cal goes P1 here, I might have a heart attack. He's looking speedy, I tell you that. What is this? Oh, he's pitted? He's pitted? That's interesting. After a purple sector 2, looking quite competitive to Xavier. Maybe he felt like his first sector wasn't good enough and needed to try that again. Obviously, we've only got 3 cars in this qualifying session now. As it stands, if Cal just sets the lap time, no matter how quick or slow, he goes from P5 to 3. So definitely needs to get back out there. Whether he sets 2-minute lap time or not, he needs to get back out on track. Set another lap like Varun will be doing. 1.3 seconds down on Xavier. That lap time he set was on used soft tyres, I believe. I think about 4 laps old. So he definitely fueled the car up for the first stint, and it's good the session is ending when it is. I thought the cloud is covering, and apparently there's going to be a storm in 15 minutes according to the game. Obviously now, that Storm won't go into the race. That's just qualifying weather. The weather for the race is completely different. I hope it's dry. Mainly because it'll be more entertaining. Oh, Varun on an outlap. Spun himself right round, baby, right round. That's actually given me a TikTok idea. Spin compilation. With you, spin me right round, baby, right round. Over the top. Varun, thanks for the idea. You're going on the lap, though. So let's focus on that, shall we? Cal is back out. Maybe it was a quick tyre change for him. Xavier's back out. He will want to go even quicker, even though probably won't have any competition if Varun validates, spins. That's his qualifying done. He will not be any better than P2, but I mean, even still P2 on the grid is pretty good. The right Cal, not the left Cal, not the wrong Cal. He is on the lap. Turn 2, 3, 4. So far, so good from him. It does look decently quick through the chicane as well. Yeah, that's pretty good, I've got to say. And it's purple for Cal through the first sector. Never, rarely have I seen it. I mean, there's only going to be 2 qualifying to actually look at because there's only 2 people on track. 5 people have retired or disqualified themselves from this qualifying session. So it's Cal versus Xavier, really. It's a 1v1 shootout. It's like Formula E, the duels thing. Not gonna lie, I quite like that format. Xavier, look at this. I didn't mean to cut to his thing. That's made the leaderboard thing down the bottom go, ooh, Cal around the final corner. Where can he put himself? Xavier's gone quicker in the first and second sector, I believe. Cal up the line, goes quickest. It's a 14.4 for Cal. It's down to Xavier. If he wants to deny Cal of what I think will be his first pole position in ICR, probably his whole racing career. Cal up, Xavier up the line, sorry. He does get Cal. Cal 3/10 off of Xavier's lap time. And is Xavier on pole? Cal joining him on the front row, as we see there, is 14.106 from Xavier in the end. Varun at 15.9, 1.8 seconds off the pace eventually. Lucas with a qualifying ban starts P4. Happy Man and Leon, they just crashed and didn't set a lap time. P5 and 6 was disqualified. He did have a lap time on the board. However, for driving the wrong way, he gets disqualified. Wards his lap time 15. I think that wouldn't. I think it would have been last anyway. Well, not like last, but oh, for his sake! It is raining. It is raining hard. Waiting for the players. Formation lap. There we go. Is underway. Xavier leads us from pole position. And it looks like it is going to be a rainy race. So, looks like the storm has transferred over into the race. Leon's retired and left. He will be re-invited if he decides to join. Going now into the chicane. And it's one of the corners. Xavier leads them pretty comfortably. He's gone for a speedy formation. That Leon's joined back just in time, which is good. We are coming up to the starting grid now. Varun has spun. Wow. Oh, for God's sake, why does it keep doing that? 3, 4, 5 lights are on. Xavier has pointed very, very closely onto the inside. It's lights out, and away we go. For some reason, Leon has been disqualified. He won't be starting this race. That will be, I think, it'll have to be a lobby restart, unfortunately. Decision's got to be made there. So far, it's a clean restart. Sorry. But it might have to be a restart. Because Leon has been incorrectly disqualified from the race. So I am going to call... I'm going to call a restart. Restart has been called. I'm just going to check that drivers do leave and get the message. Leon, there we go, has left the session. No drivers are leaving. I need to try and go in game. Get this dealt with. If I leave, maybe I'm going to leave and hopefully they'll get the message. That's all I can do at the minute. So, restart's been called. There is a restart. Confirmation there is a restart of the lobby. Just giving the message to people in voice chat. And I will make the new lobby now. We will go off the old qualification results. What I will do is Lucas, I believe. It will go to the back of the grid. Oh, I'm going to check with Ward. Poorly order. Lucas will be sent to the back because he had a qualifying ban. Ward's, you were disqualified. I mean, I'll have to make it rainy, of course. Did you, like, deliberately drive backwards, or was it? Okay, thank you for confirmation. So, yeah, Ward's deliberately drove backwards. Dynamic, realistic. Well, no, not dynamic. I need it to be wet. Standard. Right. Okay, right. So we need to invite the Lucas Wards, Happy Man, let's keep a snap, Cal, Xavier, Varun, and Leon. Change my setup. I'm just making sure it was, yeah, it was just for wet. Right now I need to go onto the live stream to reinvite the Wards. Right, qualifying results, where are they? There they are. Grid editor. This is what we want. This is what we like. We have on pole position Xavier. 2, we have Cal. Then we got Varun. Then it will be Happy Man. Then it will be Leon. Then Slavensky Max. Then Lucas at the back. Wards needs to rejoin. confirm to the drivers the grid order. What's having internet issues? Keep joining, that is nothing new. That bottle of water is done. I go over there. Actually, no. Don't have to be on my desk. It's used to bin. Oh, leave session. No, I don't want to leave session. Why would I want to leave the session? So, just to catch people up, we have called a restart due to a driver being disqualified on the formation lap and in the race for leaving. He left in the formation lap by accident for whatever reason, disconnection, I don't know. That disqualified him for the main race. So we called a restart, as well as Lucas unfairly being in P4 will be sent to the back of the grid. Oh, we need to get walls in, really. I've told Walls to restart his console. Hopefully that'll do something. We'll go to 40. Oh, Traps Racer wants an invite, apparently. Don't know if he will join or not. He's asked for an invite either way. Wood is trying to load back in. Yeah, Track Racer's loading in. Trat is in. Woods is out. trying again. It's just not going to work. Let's off. How long has he had? He's had a good 11 minutes. Okay, so I have told the drivers to ready up, and they have readied up. And here we are, we see the rainy day. And if you want to join and brighten up our rainy days, join now. The link is not in the comments, but is in the description, or you can use the link on screen now. It is in the description. Really, a link in the description is easier than a link in comments. But what I'll do is I will get the link up for you. I'll pop it in chat. There we are. So, it's raining. Hopefully, it's work this time. We're waiting for players, apparently. I've not had any... Oh, there we go. No formation lap! Oh, apparently with lights out of the way we go. Okay, didn't expect that. Xavier gets a good start. So does Cal. That means I didn't do the rules, did I? Shit. Shit. I've got a bit of a situation going on here. I didn't do the rules. So, track limits from regular. As you know, formation lap was off. Okay, well, at least people won't hate me. Thank you very much. Yeah, they've said it. I don't think it's going to be a huge impact, particularly. I mean, safety car on broadcast. It fucking is. Okay. Trats up to P7. Lucas up to P6. Trats on the intermediates, which is an interesting call. The rest are on wets. Xavier still leading. Slavensky Verstappen in P5. Leon past Tracer. Tracer on the Inters. Maybe then it's a case of tyres are working the same. here, even though it's very wet. There aren't many puddles on the track, which makes you think that's why Tratt's almost made that decision. Already coming to the end of lap 2. Round 17. Round 18. Xavier leads. What is it on this pit stop? At least pit stop's immersive. Fuck's sake. That means I also... Damage is on standard. So why did I do damage, but not rules? Cal with fastest lap on lap 2. He is making gains on Xavier by the looks of it. 1.1 seconds is the gap so far. The grid is split up a bit. Maroon out of everyone is the closest to any driver that's ahead. As into Peratella. Maroon in P4. Lucas close behind Slavinsky Verstappen. The gap there is 5/4. Up to 6. It's going to be difficult overtaking or making any moves, especially in these wet conditions. No DRS down the one and only pit straight that we have. As we go on to lap 4, so 28.7, the fastest lap from Xavier. Is it Xavier? I think that's how it is pronounced. I've been saying it wrong all the time. Lucas looking to get past Slavinsky Verstappen on the outside of turn 4. It's going to be the outside of the chicane here as well. However, no move for him. Going into Toza. Looks for the inside, but won't get it. Loads of wheel spin for Slavinsky Verstappen on the exit. That's going to allow Lucas on the outside of Peratella. There's a small touch. Nothing too serious though, and that allows Leon to come through and collect the pieces on that one. Leon's up into P6. Slavinsky Verstappen down to P7. Down to 7th. Leon quite close to the back of Lucas in front of him. Gap currently 3/4. I keep forgetting to change Leon's name on the graphics. It's based off driver number. Obviously he has 99. It's not based off EA name. That is an option. I choose not to do it because sometimes it struggles to actually pick up the names for whatever reason. But Leon having to stay behind this time around. I'm still looking forward to the time where we see both Leon and Edwin LFC on the grid. Leon LFC, I think, is a bit of a mock-up of Edwin LFC. It's not impersonation or anything, so it is allowed. It's just a slight taunt, I think. It's definitely on purpose. It's not a coincidence. But he's staying strong here behind Lucas, obviously not setting a lap time in qualifying Leon. So P6 in the race isn't a bad thing, I guess, although he did start, I believe, P5. Well, let's have a look. Yeah, he did start P5. Lucas up 2 positions. Tops 2 remains how it is. Lucas up 2, Varun down 1. Varun has swapped positions with Happy Man. Slavensky Verstappen also down 1. Track Tracer still at the back. Xavier, another fastest lap. He's 3.3 seconds ahead now. A 1:28.1. And a 1:28.1 takes him 1.5 seconds quicker than Cal on that last lap alone. Varun is overtaken by Lucas going into turn 1. Varun will have to stay with 5th place. Leon's still in 6th. Oh, slidey from Varun. Track Tracer past Slavensky Verstappen. The Inters maybe, once they've heated up, looking like maybe a decent, still competitive option. Leon on the inside of Tozer on Varun and gets past Varun. But Varun now back on his inside. Can he make a move up to the hill? Will he stay alongside? No, he won't. He'll tuck back in just behind the Mercedes that's in front of him. Going into Aqua Minerale. Leon still in P5. He is overtaken Varun. So Varun down 2 positions in 1 lap. Leon and Lucas definitely won't complain because they are the ones that have benefited from that. That's down this mini straight. Xavier is pulling away and pulling away. The more this race goes, that's another fastest lap. It's a 27.8 this time. It looks like he's doing it for fun. It almost seems like every lap he's backing off a bit to make every lap look quicker and quicker. 1.1 seconds this time around quicker than Cal on the last lap. Cal still going strong in P2. Don't get me wrong, but Xavier going even stronger in P1 on them wet tyres. And speaking of wet tyres, Track Tracer is on the opposite compound tyre. He's on the Inters in these wet conditions. Obviously, this is a full wet race. It's not been put as just wet. It's very wet. So the Inters must be working fine. Obviously, as you saw on the first lobby, it was very wet, rainy conditions. Of course, it is approximate. So that's not a confirmed thing, but it is a good estimate of what we had and what we now can have. Already on lap 7 out of 32. Going on to lap 8, this race is actually going quicker than I thought it would be, especially in the wet. He's done it again. Xavier, sorry, 27.5 this time around. Track Tracer's left, I don't think that's on purpose. Friends, unfortunately, he is a friend. Lucas, has he got anywhere? No, he's still behind. Happy man here. Starting to become under pressure from Lucas, who's behind him. Lucas is faster by 5 tenths, well, nearly 6 tenths on the lap before. In P4, as Lucas is very close to the back of Happy Man now. Great exit out of Tozer. Oh, a slight contact. Lucas maybe just that little bit quicker through Piratella there and going into Aqua Minerale. Varun is past Track Tracer's AI. It won't be long before Slavensky Verstappen is past Track Tracer's AI. Lucas into the chicane, still behind Happy Man, but it is so ever closer now. 2 tenths is the gap. Yeah, Track Tracer has asked for an invite, so that is confirmation he does need an invite. That's not a planned leave of the session. Happy Man and Lucas battling it out. Going on to the straight. No DRS, of course, in these conditions. Lap 9, Leon this time. Not Xavier, it's the other Mercedes with the fastest lap this time around. It's still a 27.5, but it's just slightly quicker in that 27.5 region. Lucas Still battling Happy Man, forcing Happy Man into a few mistakes, taking too much inside curb, a bit wobbly on the exit. Lucas, looking for the inside, hangs back, and this is where Leon is dragged into the fight. Track Tracer's AI is in the pit, that's ruined his race. On to more Inters. Don't know if he's taken control, I don't know if he's back. I'll give another invite just in case. I will check in a minute. Where's Track Racer? There we go. Is he ghosted? No, he's not. And he does look like he's back in control. So that's a planned pit stop for the Ferrari, obviously there. Lucas, 2-3 tenths behind. Leon, still looking interested. He's going down the inside of the chicane. No, he's not. He's looking ever so more interested. Though, is Lucas. Keeps piling on the pressure from all sorts of positions. Going a bit deep, Lucas there. We're going to ride on board Leon for this. I'm sure he'll have a good view if anything happens. Lucas has let Leon go. Don't know what happened there, but for whatever reason, Lucas has dropped off into P5. A race that Lucas must win if he wants to stay in contention of the championship. Has just let Leon back through as he goes off track a bit there. I don't understand why he's done that unless he had a controller issue. A bit wide there for Lucas. That's lost him time. Leon on the inside of Piratella. On Happy Man Leon, is he going up to P3? Leon's in the podium positions. Lucas on the outside of Aqua Minerale. It's never good to make a move on the outside, especially if that corner. So Lucas going into the chicane. Now, I will say it now, earlier on in this race, lap 10 out of 32, if I do see any drivers, 26.7 from Xavier, another fast lap, if I do see any drivers abusing the regular track limits, I will give them a penalty. I think it's only right that you do. Xavier so fast, I'm actually going to keep an eye on him. This is... Piratella. He's keeping it clean, I think. Track Tracer, 26.5 on intermediates. On Inter tyres. That's interesting. Does that say Inters are quicker, or are they still in a region of sort of equal? Is it worth pitting? I think on the wets, I don't know if it's going to be a no stop or a 1. That's one thing for sure. Very close there. Now, Lucas, I assume he knows because he's let Leon through. Lucas is pit. Lucas is pitting. Lucas coming into the pit lane. Is he changing onto the Inters? Has he seen Track Racer setting the fastest lap? Is he going onto the Inters? No. He's changing for more wets. No front wing or anything, so it is just a standard tyre change. Which is interesting. For the McLaren, maybe that's just, it will be a one-stop race. Not a flat-out 0-stop. Track Tracer, another fastest lap on the Inters. So... That does suggest almost Inter's could be quicker. I mean, it'll be interesting to see the gap, how it differentiates between himself and Lucas over the emerging laps. 6 seconds is the gap. We will keep an eye on it for sure. 5.5. It's one of them silly situations, I think. It's going to be Inter's over wets, even though it's been programmed for full wet conditions. I'm not sure we're going to have to see when drivers decide to make a pit stop, if they do decide to make a pit stop, of course, because you know, some drivers might try and risk the 0 stop, but for drivers like Xavier, there's no point doing that. You might as well just do the 1 stop and hope, almost. Yeah. The spray looks very cubic going to the chicane. It just looks like cubes of dust are emerging. Fastest lap? No. Leon is gaining on Cal pretty well here. So Leon will be trying maybe for a move this time around. Last time around, he was nearly 6/10 quicker than Cal. Happy Man is in the pit lane. We're going to keep an eye on this battle, though, into turn 1. If it's going to be a battle, Leon stays behind Cal. Happy Man in the pits. So, obviously, the Haas wanting to maybe try undercut Leon. Suggesting that the tyres, it will be a 1 stop. Track Tracer again, intermediates. 26 dead. 1:26.0, that is an intermediate lap time. Happy Man has come back out on full wets. So, drivers that are pitting for new tyres obviously think it is the correct decision to go with wet tyres. Obviously, I believe they're going to last longer than Inter's. Track Tracer might have to pit again, especially if he's pushing those tyres. Leon using the battery. Cal, is he? Not particularly. Leon on the inside. Did that look like Cal almost let him go there? I don't know. But Leon goes up into 2nd place, which means it's as a Mercedes 1-2. And that is the first time I believe we've seen that this season. It's normally Haas, out of any team, that is going to get a 1-2. But this time, it's Mercedes' turn. So Mercedes 1 and 2. I think they are the 2nd team this season to have that to their name. No, I think McLaren has had it in Zandvoort. They had Lucas and Wars 1 and 2. Obviously, Wars should be driving this race, but due to connection issues, he cannot fill the 9th driver position around this Imola circuit. We were expecting like 5 drivers, but another 4 turned up, so not complaining. So Cal dropping off. Now look at this. Track Tracer on Inter's is right behind Happy Man. And looks like he's all over the back of Happy Man. Last time around, okay, 24 seconds quicker. Yes, true, but you know, whatever. It will be this time, really, round that we have to judge the pace of them. Track Tracer on the Inters. This is a battle for 7th place as they cross the line. We can now reveal the lap times. It was Track Tracer 2.5 tenths quicker, and it's Track Tracer on the intermediates beating the wet tyres that Happy Man has. And it's wet tyres that Happy Man has only just fitted. So they're new wet tyres, and the older intermediate tyres are the ones that have overtaken Happy Man. So that suggests to me Inters are quicker. Now, physically the weather looks like full wet conditions, obviously because it's raining really hard. But on the track, there's not really any puddles, and the racing line looks quite dry. So it's one of them weird ones, I think. It is raining hard, but not enough to fully wet the track, and it's giving the Inters that opportunity to be quicker. There is definitely a dry line, you cannot argue against that. From the top view, it's not so obvious, but through the corners, you definitely can see it. So, for the likes of Cal, Leon, Varun, who are still in a battle here, more Cal and Leon now, Slavensky Verstappen is in the pit lane. Is he going to stick with what everyone else is doing, apart from Track Tracer, who's just gone Inters? Is it going to be Inters or wet Track Tracer? Another fastest lap, 25.5. So the Inters are getting much quicker. They're getting quicker and quicker. But drivers seem to think wets are the correct option. Slavensky Verstappen, the next driver to pit from wets to wets. So wet to wet for another driver here, when all the data you're getting almost suggests the Inters, the quicker tyres. Last time around, Track Tracer 1.4 seconds quicker than Lucas, who is on wet tyres. And we all know that Lucas and Track Tracer are pretty similar in pace. I'm not sure specifically around this track, because we've not seen comparison in qualifying. Lucas, the qualifying ban, Track Tracer wasn't here for qualifying. And obviously they've not been on the same tyres at any point in this race. So I don't know how they compare on this track specifically. But it is interesting to see Cal and Xavier in the pit. Xavier, what's he going to do? I mean, the safe option for him is wets, and he has gone wet. So Xavier on the wets. Cal, boxing, has got wets. So Xavier wets, Cal wets, Varun wets. So it seems like Track Tracer's the only one here that's balls enough to go for an alternate strategy. And at the moment, it's got him up 2 P4 with 1 pit stop under his belt. That was an Inter pit stop. Leon's the only one now to make a pit stop. He's 13.5 seconds in the lead. Mercedes still maintaining a 1-2, but Leon really, if he wants to keep any sort of position, you know, P3, he needs to make a pit stop this lap. I mean, you're not going to kill the tyres towards the end. You're on lap 18 out of 32, over halfway. I think it's, what, 60% that? Or is it 55? One of the two. I think it's 55. Go with 55. Or 60. 20, I don't know. I don't know. So Leon, will he pit this lap? No, he stays out. Now, will it be Leon who also does an alternate strategy, but it doesn't involve changing compound of tyres? Maybe it will involve trying to maintain the tyres until the end of the race. The wets, I'm sure, will hold up. It's like, I doubt he'll get a puncture in this 50% race. But it's the question of, will them wets have enough pace in them to survive the whole race? I think there's like, what, 13 laps to go now. So he's got to ask himself a question. Look at his tyre wear. I probably would get to the end of the race. But will I be quick enough at the end of the race to keep potentially this P1 that he has at the minute? Xavier, not particularly making huge gains. I mean, to be fair, I take that back. I think it was 5/10 so far this lap. No, 5/10 lap won't be enough for the likes of Lucas or Trat, he's made his way up to P4. So Trat Tracer's gone from P8 to P4 using an alternate strategy of different compounds going to the Inters. Will Leon also try an alternate strategy, but not go onto the Inters, not go onto another set of wets, but staying out for the whole race? The gap between him and Xavier behind is still 13 seconds. It's going down 12.8 and a half, 12.7 now. This will be really interesting to see strategically if Leon can make it to the end and keep his pace up to maintain P1, maintain P2, maintain a podium. I mean, Lucas here has 17 seconds to gain on Leon if he wants to overtake him. I'm sure Xavier probably will overtake Leon. I mean, 7/10 quicker on the last lap. If we compare that to Xavier and Lucas, I mean, still making gains on Xavier. So I think Lucas making 6/10 gains on Xavier, Xavier making 7/10 gains on Leon. Leon can't relax. He's definitely got to push. But if he's got to push, will his tyres go to the end? That's the question he's got to ask himself. Can I go to the end, push with a zero stop and maintain pace? I mean, for all we know, he might pit lap 22. But if he was going to pit, surely he would have pit already because he's losing so much time. I mean, he stays out again. Surely if he was going to pit, he would have already pit. Has he already pit? No, he's not pit. So everyone's pit apart from Leon. That is the tyre data there. Track Tracer's Inters on 11 laps. So Track Tracer's Inters wear quicker than wets. But, you know, conditions are good for Inters at the minute. They're good for Inters and wets. Can Leon's wets go 32 laps? He's got to ask himself that question. I mean, if he's going to pit, it's got to be ASAP. But I believe it's gone past the point where he's gone, you know, I've gone so too far in this race and drivers making too many gains on me that I've got to stick it out and hope for the best. Really, I think that's what he's got to do. Because the gap between him and his teammate is 10 seconds. It's the gap. It's going down 8.9.8, 9.7. It's going down quite considerably now. Last lap it was 1.4 seconds quicker. It looks like last lap it was sector 1, 8/10. It's a big chunk through that first chicane. I don't know if Leon made any mistake through there. Stays out again. Stays out again. So we've got to the point. He has surely gone past the point. Yet Leon's gone past the point of no return. 1.88 seconds taken out of him last lap on lap 21. We're on lap 22 out of 32 now. So it's getting to a point in the race he's got to go. He's got to do it. He's got to go to the end if he pits. The only reason why I think he would pit is if there's a safety car or virtual safety car, which so far doesn't look like there will be. It's been quite clean racing, to be honest. To slide into the barriers at Imola is pretty difficult, I guess. Cal looking speedy on the back of Aperman, but Cal has looked very speedy this weekend. Obviously, P2 in qualifying, 0.3 off Xavier, who is a very quick driver, so that's a very good performance from Cal. in qualifying. Can he keep up with Happy Man enough to overtake him down the straight without DRS? And in these wet conditions, obviously it's more difficult to overtake in wet conditions. No DRS, of course, being a huge factor in that. So Cal has got a few considerations to make. How do I use my ERS? But then Happy Man will be thinking the same. How do I defend in this battle? Because really, the main straight is the only place where you're going to be threatened. I guess you're not really going to be threatened in any other part of the track. Happy Man making a small mistake on the exit there. So is it going to be a thing you literally deploy all you can down the straight to defend or attack and recharge for the rest of the lap? Obviously, Happy Man will have to be a bit more cautious because for all he knows, he could be charging for the run up to Piratella and Cal could be using overtake. So, again, mind games have to be going on here. Cal, that says what, 38 ERS, up into the 40s now. I mean, Happy Man as a defending driver here will be using overtake, I assume, out on the exit of this corner. Yeah, there we go. Just a bit, maybe to try and keep himself just that bit ahead. But I think on corner exit, like those are the slower corners, you'll see it probably out on the exit of Aqua Minerale. You want that small boost out of a slow corner to almost keep you not going because you're already going, but like give you that extra nudge of speed out of the corner exit. I don't know if that's what the drivers will be doing, but Cal, he's obviously played smarter here, 2/10 behind Happy Man. Nearly spinning in 17, through 18 now and on the exit. I mean, they've definitely deployed some battery throughout the lap because Cal's only on 50% ERS. So it's not like they fully charged throughout the lap, but Cal here, he's going to look for the inside of turn number 1 in the Williams. Nope, he pulls back. And Happy Man will live to fight another day. Track Tracer in P4 is making gains on Lucas, who is in P3 and is on the wet tyres. Track Tracer on the Inters with the alternate strategy. Cal, oh, very close to Happy Man here. Happy Man is crackling like a fire under the pressure that he's getting from Cal. Cal is all over the back of him. Happy Man is not having a good day. He's had better days here. Normally, he's the one attacking. He's normally up P3, fighting for P2 and 1, not defending for P5. But Cal here is looking pretty handy around the similar track. I do know Cal loves Imola, so that's probably quite a big contributing factor to his good performance so far this weekend. I mean, I say good performance. He's down in P6. But, you know, look at the drivers ahead of him. Xavier, Leon, Lucas, Track Tracer, Happy Man. You are always going to say they are quicker drivers. No disrespect to Cal. Cal is a great, clean driver. I've rarely seen him make a mistake in a race. I don't think I've ever actually written a penalty to him. But can he make any move down the straight? He's already pretty low on the RS. So Happy Man still in the lead. On the inside, pulling to the inside, defending the inside. Cal still behind in P6, but as I was saying, I don't think I've ever written Cal a penalty for a race incident with another driver. He's one of them drivers. I mean, he's extremely clean in the race, but not the quickest. Again, no disrespect to him. I'm not saying he's slow, because if you saw in qualifying and parts of this race, he isn't. It just further behind than the drivers ahead of him, I think, is a better way to put it, because he is a very handy driver, not slow at all. He used to be slow. I will admit, everyone could admit that, even Cal, but he has got better, especially in F124 for some reason. That's the same said with Leon as well, who's currently in P1. The gap between him and Xavier is 5.7 seconds now, so the gap has been pretty much halved from what it was on lap 20. Which is also interesting to say that with Leon here, On lap 20, it was about 10 seconds, and that over 6 laps, it's been halved. And with 6 laps left, we could have quite an intriguing battle towards the end. Track Tracer still behind. Lucas, he'll look to make a move. Cal still behind Happy Man. He'll also look to make a move eventually. I mean, look, Happy Man definitely looks like he's struggling. His tyres are 4 laps older. And there we go. That is the mistake Cal has been waiting for. Cal up to P5. It's one of them things you pounce when the driver ahead makes a mistake. And Happy Man was the driver there. That made the mistake. Up into P5 is Cal. Happy Man down to P6. So the Williams played the patient game, as I said. He's not going to go for any ridiculous moves. He's just going to wait until that door opens, and he did, and it worked, and he's pulling away already. 7-8 tenths is the gap between the Williams and the Haas. Track Racer going down to turn 17. Already past Lucas. Again, proving Inter's quicker. I mean, from what I've seen from Track Racer, who started that at the back of the grid, I must say, Inter's, from what I've seen, have been the quicker tyre all race, even though it's absolutely hammering it down, even though the conditions have been coded to full wet. Inter's look like the better tyre. That's just something with the game. I don't know why. But yeah, Track Tracer up into P3. That's a podium place for him. Leon in P1. 4 seconds is the gap between him and Xavier. I think Xavier will just beat this 3.6. It wasn't going down so quickly. Last lap, there we go, 1.2. And this lap, I assume it's even more. Over 6 laps, it was chopped by 5 seconds. Over 2 laps, 26 and 27, it's going to be chopped by probably more 2. So the longer Leon's going into this race, the slower his tyres are going to get, the more conservative he'll have to be. And Xavier, with new tyres, can just go for it. Hell for leather, really. He's got nothing to lose on the tyres he's on. Obviously, it is a teammate scrap, both Dutch. But, you know, that's not going to matter when Xavier pulls right to the back of him. They will both want this race win as much as the other. Xavier, I believe, has won a race before. Surely he has. Maybe in Season 5. Leon won last time around. Last time we went to Hungary. In Season... In Season 5, he won at Hungary. Beat EX3 in what was quite a controversial finish to that race. Of course, a small incident between Leon and EX3. Neither of their fault. The game being quite inconvenient and ghosting one driver. So for EX3, Leon ghosted. But for Leon, no one ghosted. That's just the game being the game. And that pushed Leon wide. Because obviously he didn't ghost for him. So obviously he was feeling contact and went wide, but EX3 was like, he ghosted, so why wouldn't I just go straight through him? It was a controversial end to the race. Gave the FIA a headache. But that was in the past. And this is the present. We can't predict the future, but the future may be telling us that Xavier might get P1 by the end of this race. 2.5 seconds is the gap now. Leon's got to play careful on his 28-lap-old tyres. So he made the decision just to go for it. Why not? Nothing to lose. And it looks like it'll get him a P2 finish here. Well, we never know. Might still be P1. Xavier, last time around, 1.3 seconds. So the gap being taken out of him each lap consistently is 1 to 1.3 seconds. But when Xavier gets to the back of Leon, will it be easy? Will it not? Obviously, there's a huge tyre difference. So you don't know. but obviously no DRS. Leon, I hope, has been charging the battery, sort of 50%. Xavier also sort of on 50%. So regarding ERS, they're pretty 50-50, equal in that area. But the gap keeps going down. It is continuing to go down. And it is now 1.5 seconds as we cross the line. Leon is being hunted down with 3 laps to go here at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix in Imola. Not really Italy, because it's in San Marino, I believe. But it's in Italy. That's all I'll say about that. Lap 29. Xavier, of course, faster. 1.1 seconds was the gap last time around, and he is now within a second of Leon. So, half a tenth, 3/10. So, oh, Leon's made a mistake. I think he's made a mistake. I don't know if that's him letting his teammate through or making a mistake. But Xavier is in the lead of the race on lap 30 out of 32. He got pole position, and now he looks in line to convert it to a win. Leon is losing a lot of time here. Has he got a puncture or anything? Has he got a puncture? He's losing a lot of time. 3 seconds is the gap. Leon is going slow. And it's that right rear. The Mercedes here has a puncture. Oh, I was talking about that earlier on in the race. He's got to ease them tyres if he wants to take them to the end, and he's not. He's not. He's got a puncture on the rear right with 2 laps to go now. Xavier has seen himself in the lead of the race. He is gone, long gone. He's just got to keep it on track, and he will take the checkered flag. Trash Racer up to P2 now. Leon having to pit with 2 laps to go. That's not what he wanted. He has gone on to the Inters. Where will he rejoin the race? That is so unfortunate for the Mercedes. That's why he went deep, I assume, into turn 7, which is Toza. That's why it was so easy for Xavier to overtake the teammate of Leon. And has that sent Leon to the back of the grid? It has. Leon up to P8. Now, it'll be interesting to see if he can maybe get back up to P6. Levensky Verstappen struggling there on the exit of turn 4. Leon on the inside of the chicane. He's going for it. He's going for it. He's got no other option but to go for it. You look maybe to get ahead of Varun this lap and go for a fastest lap attempt on the final lap. Lap 32 out of 32. Yeah, it's interesting. 3/10. It is staying around 3/10. Is he going to make a move into the chicane on the inside? Nothing to lose now. Up into P6. So he's sort of got some redemption. Would he get to Happy Man maybe in P5? New Inters, which, I mean, are the quicker tyres. He looks so very quick through the corners. 1.8 seconds. So you've only got to assume Leon might get P5 here if he puts hammer down fastest in Sector 3. I don't know why that's come up. Around the first chicane. 1.3, 1.2. Happy Man's got to watch out. He really has. Last time around, obviously, was Happy Man quicker, but 1.2 seconds taken out in the middle sector. 8/10 in the last. That's how much quicker the Inters are. Why has no one realised that? One person that didn't really realise that, though, because he was so quick in this race, is Xavier. Has led pretty comfortably, really. I think it was, no doubt, he was eventually going to get Leon. Obviously, Leon got a puncture, so it was easier than he thought. But Xavier, on that 32 out of 32 on his return to racing, crosses the line and wins the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix in Season 6. Round 10 out of 12 goes to him. And Trash Racer played the alternate strategy, inters to inters. Everyone else went wets. He goes from P8 to P2. Mastermind from him to realise that actually the wets in full wet conditions aren't the quickest tyre. Lucas takes P3 from a qualifying ban up to P3. He'll be happy with a podium. Cal will finish P4, and Leon, into the final few corners, did manage to get P5, so it's not all too bad for him. Bear in mind, last lap he was in P8, Happy Man P6, Maroon P7, Svenzi Verstappen in P8. Race done. Done and dusted. Wow. Ooh, that was quite the race. And Track Tracer does confirm AI did make him pit. So I assume Track Tracer would have tried what Leon did, but on the inters. Wonder if that would have worked. Xavier taking the race win. Track Tracer from P8 to P2. Lucas from P7 to P3. Good outings from them. The rest of the drivers either losing positions or maintaining position. Cal to P4. Leon P5. Happy Man P6. Arun 7th. Svenzi Verstappen 8th position. There we go. Track Tracer, the only one to use all intermediates. How have people got corner cutting penalties? Jesus. But well done to Xavier on taking his race win. Next up, we'll be going to Qatar. The Qatar Grand Prix, that is the penultimate round of the season. Yeah, as I said, Qatar, the penultimate round of the season. Next race, round 11 out of 12. It's going down to the wire. I believe, as well, we can declare EX3 Drivers Champion today. So, again, well done to him. As I said, it is race win for Xavier. And next weekend, it is Qatar. Wonder how that will turn out. Not a lot of people like that track, but so be it. It'll be a challenge for them. Same place, same time,